Hey everyone, this week is Parshat Achrei Mot and Kedoshim. I'd like to share a personal story. I have a granddaughter, her name is Shana. She lives in Yerushalayim, and she was doing a school project on family heirlooms and getting family history from this heirloom. She sent me about 18, 20 questions to do for homework and answer questions about the history and story behind this particular heirloom. And I sent her back all the questions. First time I've gotten homework from a grandchild. And then she sends me a WhatsApp and says, Saba, I'd like to review my work with you before I submit it. I said, sure, let's make up a time. We make up a time. And then as we get closer to our meeting time, she sends me a WhatsApp that she's really sorry that she really can't make it at this moment. Last minute, a friend came over and they're going out for ice cream. And as a matter of fact, her younger brother and his friend, they're all going out for ice cream. I said, great, enjoy. We made up a later time to meet. What struck me was how normal her life is growing up in Yerushalayim. How special it is that she's just going out for ice cream with a bunch of friends. What a marvelous time that we live in. At the end of Parshat Achrei Mot, Hashem reminds us that when we go into Eretz Yisrael, that we are to be careful not to behave like the previous inhabitants, the Canaanim, not to impurify, not to defile the land, but to act as a holy people who are connected to a holy God. And Rabbi Sachs, in his Covenant Conversation, has a chapter called "Why Do the Jews Need Israel?" And he uses the Ramban, who tells us that the proper and fitting place for all mitzvot is really Eretz Yisrael, because God's supervision is direct. There's no one in between. When Jewish people are outside Eretz Yisrael, it's not a direct, or I'd say a local call to God. Be it as it may, Rabbi Sachs posits in his essay that Jewish people, when they are around other nations, they can have a positive influence on them, but they don't necessarily get a chance to shape a culture and a society. Only in a sovereign land of their own, can they be a model to show others how to build a just and moral society. And that truly is still our charge and our goal. And I am so grateful as we, this past week, commemorate Yom HaZikaron and Yom HaAtzmaut. I am deeply grateful to all those that have sacrificed to make Israel a safe place for my grandchildren to grow and to thrive. And yet our job and her job will be, and her siblings and her other cousins who live in Eretz Yisrael, and their parents, and so on. Their job, as it is said in the Parsha, not only of Achrei Mot, but also in Parshat Kedoshim, to build a just and moral society based on Torah. And only when we do that will it have a lasting impact on the rest of the world. And as we read last week in the Navi, in the Haftorah, Jews from all over the world will be brought by all the nations of the world back to Har Kadosh, to the holy mountain, to the holy land. So I hope you've had a meaningful Yom HaZikaron. I hope that you are having or have had a joyous Yom HaAtzmaut. We have a lot to celebrate, but yet we still have a lot of work to do. If you like what you hear, please pass it on. Shabbat Shalom.